Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Inside Line on the Drops podcast, the place to come for all your ZRL recons. This series kicks off with Douce, France. It's a TTT and it's pretty bloody flat, 24 kilometers long and 108 meters of elevation. Nathan and I are extremely proud to announce a new partnership with Level Velo CC, who are providers of all manner of cycling clothing, and they'll be providing me with my kit for the upcoming season. I suggest you head along to the Level Velo CC website, and if you want to look the business and feel like a pro, that's the place to go. Their website has the course notes for this recon and all previous seasons, and it's got a link to this recon indeed. So you probably won't need that because you've already found your way here. But it's all got all the previous stuff as well. So go and check it out. It's all great stuff. And thank you to Level Velo CC for sponsoring this recon. If you haven't done a team time trial before, I suggest you head along to my video on team time trial basics. And the essentials are that you need to be able to communicate, usually using some sort of audio application like Discord. You want to have a plan, and you always want to have someone on the front setting the pace. Oh, the very most important thing is that you must be on a time trial bike. In ZRL TTTs, time trial bikes do get draft, and they're by far the fastest, and especially on a flat route like this, you must be on a time trial bike. So use the fastest bike that you have. There'll be a link below to find your best bike choice for your level. So let's have a look at the course profile. I sort of like to think of it in terms of French cuisine. So it starts off pretty much straight away with 3 bumps, which remind me of 3 of those like tiny croissants that you sometimes get in hotel breakfast. So they're quite annoying, just like these bumps. They're sort of, three of them. Like, why not just provide a full-size proper croissant? What's with these tiny little croissants? Really annoying. And so are these bumps. So try and stick together at the start. It's really easy to drop someone on these bumps, and you really don't want to drop someone this early in the race. And then after that, it's a sort of bubbly bit. So it reminds me of an early morning glass of champagne after your croissants. Quite extravagant. And then there's a flat bit, which is like a croque au jambon or similar, maybe a crepe, something like that, something flat, basically. And then the main feature of the course is the Aqueduct KOM, which you could be similar to a croque en bouche, which is a delicious pile of profiteroles. Oh, if you haven't tried it before, you must. And then really after that, flat, get the hammer down. I'm going to show you edited highlights of a team doing this route a while back. They were doing it before you got draft on a time trial bike, so they are on normal bikes, but you should definitely be on TT bike. So it's the Dirty Sprockets. They are all male riders, so I'll refer to them as such, though you can have mixed teams or female only teams. So let's have a look at that video now. What they do really well is they get up to speed really fast. One guy's gone off the front, so Chris is effectively leading the pack out to catch him back up. And straight away, pretty much into these annoying croissant-y bits, bumps, and very important to stick together. Don't drop anyone, but you do want generally to push a bit harder on the ups and relax a bit and recover a bit on the downs, and they do that pretty well. They're a very strong team, and they come out of the croissants and into the champagne-y bubbly bits, and I've really sped this up. It's I do really like these bubbly bits because most teams just keep a constant pace, whereas you can really get some more rest if you use the bumps to your advantage, push a little harder on the ups and relax on the downs, especially if you're in the draft. If you're in the draft, not on the front, then you can really relax and take advantage of the extra speed that you get on these little descents to fully relax and improve your efficiency so that when it's your turn to take a pull, You can pull for longer or harder. And we come up on the aqueduct at it starts about 10 point, I don't know, 10.2, 10.4, I don't know, how long's a piece of string. And generally, most teams want to set a given watts per kilogram for any significant descent. So you might say, right, we all want to be doing 4.8 or 3.2 or whatever it might be for your power. And pushing down the hill is also a good idea. Get someone on the front to push, and then the rest of you take some much well-earned rest. And now that they've come off the descent and they've got some speed up, I've just slowed it down just to show the type of thing that you want to aim for. So first thing is you want someone on the front pushing the pace. Now they're a little flat across the front here, so they've got two riders, probably both in the full wind. You've got a nice little group behind, which is better. They've got someone taking the front now, so that's good. I think it's Ali, and the rest of them kind of bunch behind them, and that's kind of fine. I think optimally you generally have only one person on the deck, which is in second place, but they're a bit bunched up there. And someone's now taking taking another turn. Someone else is taking a turn at the front, and Ali's heading towards the back to get his rest. And achieving that kind of rotation can be very useful. Steering will be turned off, so you won't have that issue to deal with, or advantage to take, I suppose. There are some cobbled sections where it is slightly harder, where the rolling resistance takes a greater effect. So you won't be able to draft quite so much there. You might have to push a little harder, if especially if you're in the rear. Just something to be aware of. Spread it back up here, and communication is really the key. So occasionally you'll see somebody perhaps pushing a bit too hard off the front, and there'll be distance in the pack, so essentially their turn is being wasted. So communication there, let them know to ease off so that everyone can catch. Always keep talking to each other. If anyone's struggling, do we need to drop one? So only the fourth rider across the line time counts. You see there's a little gap to the front there, so they communicate well and all get back together. And this line that they've achieved here is pretty much ideal. You want to have a reasonable gap between riders so you're not overlapping. Maybe that gap between second and third is, that's too big now. That third rider will not be receiving any draft from the second, so it's a little bit wasted. So you need to communicate. Is the third guy going to push up? Is someone going to come from behind if the third guy can't do it? Or are the front two going to ease off generally? And you see Steel there just pushing through to close that gap and make the line good again. Ideally, you want to end the race with everyone fully emptying their tanks. But yeah, if you need to drop someone, the later on in the race, the better generally. Don't be, well, these come by our people who all want to finish together. It's a race. Empty your tanks and drop off if that's going to help your team finish. And the race will take somewhere between, say, 30 minutes and 40 minutes. Very good time from the sprockets here. You can do this. You are almost there at this stage. So, yeah, the very best of luck to you in this team time trial. Like and subscribe. Head along to Level Velo CC for all your cycling clothing needs, especially indoors. And I will see you in the next one.